Phone down, phone down. Oh, excuse me. Okay. So, baby girl, you might not know this, but you and I had beef about Keyta way before that day where I threw her outside. God, what you did to me with Keyta. But you've created this narrative where her and Shadow are not your fault, not your problem, because we got them when you were a kid, which is an interesting point of view. I can understand your view on that to a degree. I mean, yes, it is true. We received those cats at your request when you were a child. I give you that. But when you turned 18 and went to college, Dad called a halt to everything and said, hold on, what's going on with the cats? Dad doesn't like cats. Dad doesn't want to spend the rest of his life scooping up shit and kitty litter and puke. In fact, Dad has a letter that says, I don't ever have to do that shit, but I already have to do it a shitload. And now I'm finding out that I'm going to have to do it for X fucking number of years. What's going on with the cats? The deal was thus. Kinsey's going to go to college. She's going to focus on her studies. And as soon as she gets a place where she can take her pets, the cats are going to follow. Until then, when she can, she's going to help out with bills and stuff. Well, that was the agreement. And I was like, well, you ain't got to help out bills. If you get a job and you can and pay for food, sure, but we'll cover it until you can take her and get her on your own. That's fine. I had no problem doing that. When I came back to live at the house, I was like, Kinsey still hasn't taken the cats, huh? Okay, well, I guess I'll take the cats because I really need a fucking place to live. But apparently Kinsey doesn't think I ever did anything for her with the cats. No, Kinsey actually thinks I abused the cats. Kinsey, the only reason you know there was anything wrong with the cats is because I was worried about them. Because I cared. Kinsey, I loved Keyta. She was my best fucking friend. One of the only fucking people in the world that cared about me. That wanted to spend time with me. And you fucking killed her. You killed my best friend. Out of spite. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I ever did to you people. I didn't do anything to you. I gave you everything I had. It wasn't enough. I wasn't enough. I hated the puking and the shitting. And she was my best friend. She would come and sit next to me. That was her spot. Or up there. You know why? Because I sit there. And you killed her. I don't know what you or the vet claim was wrong with her. No idea. I do know that cat had never been more active and lively in her fucking life. You would know that if you'd spent any fucking time with her or me. No. Protect mommy. Protect the Oxycontin drug-dealing piece of shit. Fuck Dad. He never did anything for us. You murdered my best fucking friend. Now, you can opt out of Shadow's care. I don't give a fuck. I've never needed your fucking money. It was your fucking responsibility. You only fucking knew anything was wrong with him because I gave a fuck. You speak to me like you did. God damn you people. I didn't do a fucking thing to you, but ask for a little bit of the love, care, and respect that I gave you your entire fucking lives. And that was clearly too much to ask for. Absolutely fascinating. I wish you would have talked to me so we could find a way to tell these stories a little differently. You gotta admit, spend the last of my inheritance in June. Tell me you don't want me in your lives in August. That's fucking weird. Especially all the time that I'd been asking to communicate, talk. Like, fuck, if you guys would have talked to me in 2016, we had that money, I would have gladly fucking give your mom half and gone my own fucking way. I never wanted to be with her. I was protecting my family that I had put so much time and fucking effort into building. You threw me. Wow. Love you always and forever. Truly from the heart. I ain't even fucking mad about any of this shit. It is so absurd. Honestly, it's not the worst thing that's happened to me. I had a 4-year argument with my mom about why she stayed with a man who beat me with a 2x4. Some of my favorite highlights from that conversation. Well, Randy, that didn't happen. You're just remembering a story I told you about your Uncle Dana. No, bitch, I remember the bruises. I remember, and it was actually so much worse than I knew. My Aunt Carrie told me so much. Wow. She's had a lot of excuses. She did finally own up to it and say, okay, yeah, I fucked up. And I'm trying to come to terms with that. It took fucking years to get there. She told me, oh, well, it wasn't a 2x4. It was a battle. What else did she tell me? I mean, so many fucking excuses. My absolute favorite, though. My absolute favorite. It was like the second or third year of this argument. It was probably September of last year, maybe. But we'd had this argument a couple times about the things Charlie had done to me and how she stuck around and how she... And my position has always been it's for the dicks and drugs, which is a very lowest common denominator of describing her need to chase her daddy issues and chemical dependencies. But that's the way I see it. That's why I came to see it as a teenager. That my mom cared more about dicks and drugs than she ever cared about me, and she continues to demonstrate that. Well, there's not much dick in her life anymore, but plenty of drugs. She got plenty of drugs in her life. I love her dearly, though. She's still one of my absolute favorite people. But her absolute denial of her objective reality is like, what? Although I do think she might have early onset dementia, but she did a lot better on the cognitive test than I anticipated. So I don't fucking know. I am seeking therapy, not because I'm psychotic or delusional. I'm losing track of time. I've gone like 76 hours without eating. And the fucked up part is I'll be hungry and I'll remember I need to go eat. And 12 hours later, I'll be hungry again and I remember I need to go eat. And I get distracted. Now, you guys saw it in fucking 2 hours of distractions. I had a small sheet of stuff to discuss. Yeah, no, so much of our relationship problems were my fault entirely. I didn't understand it. I really, really fucking didn't. I honestly, until a year or so ago, I thought the average human intelligence was like 125, 120. I thought 120 was like the low end. But then Gideon told me human body language is universal. Human body language is universal, Dad. No, it's not. I found that at age 6. You can see it a lot of times though in reactions to flipping somebody off. Body language is far from universal. And I think modern science misunderstands how much body language is natural. I think we're teaching our babies the impulse reactions, and we don't really understand what we're doing there. But my point is, I'm actually much, much smarter than I ever realized. People have accused me of being condescending before, and I was like, no, I'm not. What are you talking about? Now I get it. My confusion at your inability to grasp my basic concepts is not on you. Fuck. I have caused so much harm in my life. But I love you always and forever. I encourage you to watch the full 2 hours of the other. But of course, you don't have to. You're grown fucking adults. You can do whatever you want. And you've all proven that you have no interest in a relationship with me. And unless I have no interest in a relationship with you either. I'm just looping you in on this so you understand what I'm saying about you. And swear to God, if you want to go to court and talk about any of this, you got my number. I don't want that, man. I don't want to expose anything about you or any of you guys. My confessional is going to be behind OnlyFans. I was hoping to find a way to put it so that it was funny. We could make light of it and joke about it. But I'm like less than 2 weeks out now, and you guys haven't even fucking begun to listen to anything I've ever had to say. Just circle the wagons, protect mommy. You think I snitched on your mom? She would be in prison, you idiots. I just remind her that I could send her to prison if I wanted to. And the next time the restraining order came up, she let it go. Like, she could have pushed it. She could have. She didn't. Like, I thought we was good. Call it peace. Peace out. But I still wanted to let you guys know about the shit I'd been through, so you could protect yourself. Like Gideon learning she had robbed you on your fucking credit. But I'm sure, I know that was all my fault. I know it was my fault. Or his, probably. It was probably his. I don't know. She's a complicated person. I loved her so much. She never gave a fuck about me. Stupidest motherfucker to ever live, I'll tell you what. I look at him in the mirror every day. Anyways, I love you always and forever. Sorry you guys hate me so much. I ain't even mad at you. Fascinated. Like my simulation theory, it was like a 15 to 20%. After the past decade, it's like 70 to 80%, man. I find it entirely plausible. All of our reality is just a fucking simulation. To what end? I don't know. A lot of theories. Stay amazing. I hope to share peace with you at some point. But clearly you're not interested in that. I do love you. Always and forever. I genuinely don't know why you fucking all turned on me. I mean, Liz, I guess I see why you turned on me. You had to run away and act like I was abusing you. Sure, Liz, because I yelled at you. Yeah. Okay. Of course, when you call your friend over to come hang out and then start a fight with me so that she can see me yelling and screaming at you, yeah, that's a totally normal behavior. Absolutely. Get therapy. I am. Genuine, honest, real, actually, therapy. Probably like the kids are doing. Well, Kenzie, I don't know about Kitty. And Kenzie, I'm so sorry. I would have been there for your therapy, but I was told to stay away because you were homesick. Guess who told me?